Oh, whoopsie. I did.
Or puss or mediocre. Hey!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
Fucking idiot.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Hey!
Been a while since we've done
Welcome
this.
back
feels
to
like.
KLYB, everybody. So you're probably wondering, what? Why didn't you post an episode last week? Well, sometimes technology is smarter than us.
Technology is a bitch. They say, update your shit. It'll be fine. It helps things run better. Blah, blah, blah. Do updates. Well, we did updates, and it said, no, motherfucker.
Yeah, don't believe computer updates.
Don't update your shit.
Don't update it. If it works, okay. Words of wisdom from Colby today. I can't take credit for this one because I didn't come up with it. But there's so many wise old men out there that have always said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Live your life by that and you'll never have to
Fix.
or
Or you probably will. Because shit's going to break.
take it to somebody else, fix it.
Yeah. This case, we can't really take it.
I'm too proud for that shit.
Yeah.
And poor. I can't afford to take my shit somewhere to get fixed.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that. I don't know how people do that.
Just do it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, car's got a problem again. Had a problem last month.
Yeah.
It's like fucking $1,000 every time you take it somewhere. Mm-hmm. It's like, God dang. Learn how to change your oil. That'll fucking help.
$1,000. Yeah.
I'm curious
oil
to see how
change.
much it's going to be to change oil on my new truck.
It's not going to be that bad.
There's a lot of oil goes in that fucker.
Yeah. It's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be as bad as you think it's going to be, I think.
You thinking what I'm thinking it's going to be is telling me that it's probably more than I'm thinking it's going to was.
Welcome back, everybody, to this fucking shit show of a shit storm of this idiot.
God, you're so mean to me sometimes. Yeah, it's been a while, man.
2 weeks.
It has.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks for us.
I must say, when we work together every day, it doesn't always feel like
It's been that long?
it's been that long.
I know.
Because there's some days I come to work, I'm like, God, I gotta fucking see you again.
I know. That's every day for me.
How are you doing?
Fine. How are you doing?
We haven't had a chance to talk about you.
Why?
How are you?
Fine.
Like, actually, how are you?
Great.
Inside.
Perfect. How are you inside?
How are you feeling
You look
on this
broken.
day today? I look broken?
Yeah.
There's a few things that broke me, but
Yeah.
what about you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Like, deep down, how are you?
Fine. Why?
Dude, check
Why are
on
you
your,
asking?
Check on your bros.
God.
I don't want to get a phone call someday with a fucking note saying, I wish somebody paid attention to me. I'm checking on you.
You're not going to get that from me.
You ain't going to leave no fucking note, are you?
If I did, it
Leave
would
everybody
say,
wondering.
it would just say, fuck you, Colby.
that
Last word.
would ruin me for a minute.
Yeah, then you get over it.
I'd probably get over it.
And then you'd laugh.
I'd be like,
You'd laugh. You'd cry.
it's that fucker's fault. He's the one who did it. Fuck you, Brandon.
Fuck you, Brennan. All right, well, we got a show tonight.
We do.
Everybody's talking. Well, I don't even know if everybody's still talking about it or not, but aliens, man.
Yeah, there's been, space in general.
Oh, I wish I had a space button. Like, or something. I don't know.
Or like the UFO Files theme song.
The X Files?
Yeah, X-Files.
The UFO Files.
Yeah, UFO Files. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I can't even think of how that goes right now. But yeah, something like that.
I want to start with asking a question.
Okay.
What is that like? It's like a spoof movie of like Children of the Corn, and it's got the main guy from 2.5 Men in it.
Scream or Scary Movie.
Is that what it is? It's like a spoof.
It's not a spoof of Children of the Corn. It's a spoof of like Signs.
Signs. Yes. So you know the part where like the alien's like sticking his finger in his mouth, and there's like, how do you think if there's an alien community that's living. Like, I mean, there's so much shit out there. If there's one specific alien community that's been on Earth and we just don't know it,
Yeah.
do you think they fuck the same way we do?
That's your question?
My question.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, do they look like us?
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean exactly? Fuck like the way we do?
Do they fuck like in the same manner that people do? You know, wiener, vagina, in and out, creamy goodness.
Who the fuck knows? It could just be the female lays some eggs and the fucking dude shoots some fucking alien sperm on it and it just, like fish.
Yeah, I kind of like in my head. I kind of imagined like a female alien gets pregnant through her mouth, and the sperm of a male alien comes out of his ass.
That's
so
how
he
you
has to
imagine?
like crouch over her face and like shit come into her
Gross.
mouth.
That's what you imagine that they fuck like?
That's kind of how I feel like an alien would bang.
That's very weird. I don't know why that's your.
I was thinking about it the other night because I was watching a bunch of like universe shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like, they showed like a planet that was inhabitable, but it was like made up, like what if? And they had like all these different creatures running around and shit. And one of them was like, it looked like a stegosaurus with like a big fucking boner on his forehead. Mm-hmm. It like come out and like curve down.
That's a unicorn.
And I was like, I wonder if he takes that thing and he runs as fast as he can at the female stegosaurus boner looking thing, and he just rear ends her with it.
Yeah.
And then like in order to get her pregnant, he has to hit her at a certain
Speed.
mile per hour.
Yeah.
Or it could be like kilometer per click clock, depending on the planet.
Yeah.
You know?
Per click clock.
Yeah. And
Here's
then I
the
got to thinking, I was like these little alien peoples, right? That they say that crashed.
Yeah.
I got to thinking, I'm like, God, you know, from that movie with the spinoff of Signs, I'm like, it's weird because he was like, that's how we mate. And I was like, I wonder how they fuck them little like big headed alien creatures.
I don't know. Because we
was
don't
like-
really know what they look like either.
Well, there's pictures of them. Somebody knows what they look like.
Well, there's pictures of something.
So
Made up or not. Who knows? Yeah, so the reason why we're talking about this is because of that whole fucking, I don't even know what it was called, like the UFO whistleblower Congress meeting thing.
yeah, you have info on that, don't you?
A little bit, yeah.
I want to hear about that because I just want to say I want to say this. The universe, the whole galaxy, I'm not really sure which one's bigger than the other. Galaxy is what we're in. Universe is the whole fucking thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking big.
Do you know how many planets are in the universe?
200.
How much they factored or whatever?
Yeah. There's 200 billion
No. There are 700 quintillion planets
in the universe.
in the universe.
Oh. The visible universe.
The visible.
There's 200 billion in the Milky Way galaxy. How did it go? I just read a fucking thing on it.
I don't know.
They have this telescope thing, right?
Telescope thing.
It's called a sky mapper. Mm-hmm. And what it does is it takes pictures like deep in space as it like moves, like just tiny little movements, and it draws like a map of the universe. And you know how much of the universe that thing has actually mapped?
Who knows?
They said if you equated the universe to the ocean, right? Pound for pound, they're exactly the same. And you took a drinking glass and you scooped up one little cup of water out of the ocean.
Oh, yeah. I told you this.
One drop out of that cup is how much of the universe we've discovered.
No, it was the cup. The cup in.
I just watched another thing that they've mapped.
Oh, yeah.
That they've mapped.
Milky Way is 100 billion. So 100 billion stars that they say translates to 100 billion planets. You know, probably give or take, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because they did an estimate they went off of what they have mapped so far, and they did like a computer map out and said, this is how many we've physically found.
Yeah.
And this is the percentage of space that we haven't seen yet. And then they did an algorithm that figured it out.
I mean, they said we can see out a distance to 14 billion light years from Earth. So,
and they don't know what's past that.
Yeah. So the size of the universe that we can see is 28 billion light years in diameter.
28 billion light years in diameter. Fucking think about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I could do with that much time?
Yeah. Everything.
It is so hard to put that kind of shit in perspective.
Yeah.
How long that is.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about just people in general, like our species, right? Think about Christopher Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a story that did it actually happen? It was so long ago. Who really fucking knows, right?
Well,
it was only 1400s, almost 1500.
Mm-hmm.
That was only 500-600 years ago.
Yeah.
And think about how long ago that was for us.
Oh yeah, it was a long time.
And then you talk about a place that we can see, but we will never be able to get to because it's an unfathomable amount. I think they said that the universe has only been around for 14 billion light years or 14 billion years.
13.7 billion years.
Yeah. So basically what they're saying is if we could travel at the speed of light, it would take us just as long as the universe has been around to reach where we can see.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
My brain is hurting.
There's a lot of shit that
You know how deep that is to try to even put in a.
So let's bring it back to Earth real quick.
Okay.
So they've had this.
We got way out there.
Yeah, we're going out to space.
Jesus.
So they had that congressional meeting or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And one of the witnesses was a former U.S. intelligence official, right? So it's like some of the things that he was saying was like, the government is absolutely, he said absolutely, in possession of UAP. They call it unidentified aerial phenomenon, right? And
a new word that doesn't scare people.
right, yeah,
yeah.
And he also claimed that non-human biologics were found at the crash site. So basically, I guess could be a body, could be something that's not human, that's alive.
That's either not human or made by not human.
Or what?
Like technology that was designed or built by not humans.
Yes. Well, no.
Oh, biologics.
Biologics.
It was probably shit from the alien because he was fucking crashing and scared and he
Or
shit
it was
himself.
the alien.
Parts of the alien. You're not going to survive it now. Fucking UFO crash.
How do you know?
Oh, maybe you could.
They could have some super fucking unobtainium.
Unobtainium?
That's what their ship's made out of. Unobtainium.
Unobtainium. Is that because you can't obtain it?
I guess. I don't know. You've seen Avatar. That's what this shit's called there. Unobtainium.
Yeah. Dude, what if Avatar is based on real life government knowledge?
Dude, that'd be fucking sick. I would totally go to Pandora.
Right?
I'd be like, send me the fuck to Pandora because that place is cool as fuck.
Have you seen the movie? Oh, no, I asked you this. Don't Look Up.
Mm-hmm. No, I haven't seen it.
Dude, I want to talk about the ending, but I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah, don't ruin it for me.
Oh my God, it's so funny. Let me put it like this. In a way that it's not going to ruin it for you. You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh when you watch the movie, though, and you hear this. All I can think about is Joe Biden and his Democratic posse evading the planet when it gets hit by an asteroid.
Evading the planet?
Like leaving. And what would happen to them when they got to a new planet? Being like, oh, new planet. I was like, I could totally see them doing that. Joe Biden. Oh, kitty. So okay, now you gotta watch the end and you'll be like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Don't keep going with it because you're already starting to almost ruin it because I can already picture what's going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't want to ruin it for you.
You meant evacuating, by the way. You said
Yes.
evading, like, oh, here comes Earth. Evade. Evade Earth.
Okay, call me out. Call me out for being stupid. That's fine.
I'm just trying to help you be a better you.
You know-
I just want you to know these things. You know?
One of these days, an alien is going to land here, and he's going to meet me, and he's going to meet you, and he's going to be like, "This guy is not smart." I'm going to be like, "I know, I know."
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out when that day comes.
You might be a little bit more articulate than me, but my knowledge is vastly exponential to yours.
Is it vastly exponential?
Vastly exponential to yours.
I don't think so.
It is.
Okay.
Do you know,
agree
do
to
you know-
disagree.
do you know how much useless information is in this brain?
A bunch.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people that think that this is some sort of like government conspiracy, you know, either. So there's like a couple ones that I've heard, right? So one is like that the government is, you know, saying that, well, we have these aliens and stuff, and aliens have been coming here, and we know all this, and we know all that, and they're gonna stage a fucking like an attack, like an alien attack to bring the world together and make like one whole world government kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then I've also heard that there's like people in play doing this to like bring this to light or whatever to increase funding for Space Force and shit.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. There's a lot of people make fun of Space Force.
I mean, I don't really know what they do.
NASA doesn't go to space. Elon Musk does.
Yeah. Well,
They don't even have their own rockets.
Space Force isn't NASA.
Yeah, but what?
I don't know, man.
Like you would think maybe they would be like training to be astronauts or something, or are they just training a group of people and they're calling them military?
I don't know, man.
And they're training to be scientists so that they can
Maybe.
like, deploy to Mars.
Maybe. Or I feel like it's more like they're maintainers and stuff for satellites and satellite shit.
I suppose that could be.
Yeah. I don't really know. Or like rocket developing. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what they
I
do.
bet you they have a fuckload of downtime in Space Force.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you think that they like go to work and they're busy all day doing stuff?
I mean, if you can lean, you can clean.
Wow.
You know how the military works. If it's anything
Yeah.
like any other military branch, well, if you don't got nothing to do, you can clean some and take trash out.
Yeah.
Whatever. Because that's just how they roll.
Dude, I forget that the Space Force is actually a real.
I honestly
thing.
keep forgetting that it's a branch. Yeah. And I was listening to a podcast one day, and one of the guys on, I think it was like a survivalist podcast or something or some shit. I can't remember exactly, but one of the guys that was on there was a Space Force veteran, like the first Space Force veteran or something, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, fucking Space Force. I don't remember what he did though.
Nobody knows what they do.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah. He was talking about rockets and all kinds of shit. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, man. I believe that there's shit out there, but here's my thing, right?
I was just going to ask you. So when it comes down to, let's just start at the basics. When it comes down to like life outside of our planet, do you think that there's life out there?
There has to be. Absolutely.
I do too. There's no way you could travel for 14.8 billion light years
Yeah. And not find
and
something.
not find something.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean it has to be some sort of super intelligent life. Like it could be fucking dinosaur type fucking shits on a fucking planet, you know?
Going back to the ocean and the water and the cup, right? Joe Rogan's podcast. I don't know who the physicist is that was on there, but
The lady?
no,
Oh.
the
Neil-
dude with the mustache, and he's all over.
Neil Tyson deGrasse.
Is that who?
I can never get his name. It's either that or Neil deGrasse Tyson.
So this dude, right? He was talking about, right? How is it that if all we know or all that we've been able to even see
Neil deGrasse Tyson, sorry.
is in a cup of water?
Degrassi. Yeah.
Now we know the ocean is full of fish, full of life. But if we take a scoop of the universe into a cup of water, how can we say, oh, there's no fish in there?
That's literally what I told you that one day.
Is it?
I think this is probably the one I was listening to.
It might have been. Dude, like when you hear that.
Yeah, it's if you scoop the ocean water with a cup.
Yeah.
And there's no fish in there.
Yeah.
It's like saying there's no fish in the whole sea.
Yeah.
You know,
which obviously
universe.
the ocean, we know better. Like, fuck, dude. How much do we don't know shit about space?
No, not really. And here's my thing. Like if there's aliens that actually visit this planet and come to this planet, whatever, I feel like they look at us like we look at ant farms, right? Like we'll watch ant farms, watch them like live their lives and do whatever they fucking do in their little ant farms. And that's exactly, if they're advanced enough to come here and observe or whatever, I'm willing to bet that it's something along those lines. Like they're watching us like ants in an ant farm and just see what we do and see how we do things. And
so I think
because we're not at their level,
I think there's too many people that think about aliens and space travel in the mindset of what we know. Mm-hmm. Rocket, thrust, friction. Like you can only go so fast with the man-made materials we have and blah, blah, blah. So really, I mean, it's unfathomable to think that we could go to the end of the universe that we can see.
Yeah.
We can never get on a spaceship and go there. Mm-hmm. Never happened.
Yep.
But I've seen several videos where there's like a weird thing in the sky, and all of a sudden there's bloop, bloop, bloop. There's UFOs.
Yeah.
Now, what if there's technology that we don't even we can't even understand how it works, that these extraterrestrial life forms know how to utilize, like say like a wormhole where they can just open a shortcut through space and time, and they can literally just go through it, and on the other side is where they're trying to go.
See, that's what I feel like black holes are almost. You know what I mean? Because we have no fucking clue what it's like in or on the other side of a black hole or whatever. What if the black hole is like a key to fucking interstellar space travel or whatever, you know? Who fuck knows, man?
Yeah, right?
And we'll never know in our lifetime, guaranteed.
No.
Unless these aliens actually do exist in our, environment, and they come here and they're like, hey, let us teach you some stuff.
The Egyptians and the pyramids and shit, and like the Mayans and the Incans, when you listen to like all the shit that they accomplished, with like the very limited knowledge that they had back then.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing what they built. And if you go if you dig into that rabbit hole on that, it's so ridiculous how the pyramids are aligned, where they point to, the Earth's magnetic poles and how it works with, and then all the different points and pyramids in the Earth and how they're on the same. It's crazy to think that they could have done that on accident with such a large scale of what they did, and in our time frame, right? You think about building a house. Okay. So I heard a thing on, I think it was on YouTube. I was watching, this guy was like, the precision that these Egyptians had put these giant blocks together, that they were talking like seamless.
Yeah.
They put these giant blocks seamlessly into a certain place, and you couldn't hardly tell there was a gap between these blocks. And, I got to thinking, I'm like, okay, well, here's what makes sense to me if I'm not talking about like aliens helping them. In today's age, nobody thinks about building something that will be completed long after they die, right?
What do you mean?
Say they're building a skyscraper, and a contractor said, we can build it, and we can build it with the utmost detail, but this project is going to take us 115 years to complete. That doesn't happen. Nobody does that. Nobody builds anything with a deadline that takes
Another
longer
lifetime.
than another. Yeah. That's what the pyramids were. That are like people nowadays, they think about pyramids and they're like, oh yeah, it probably took them 15 years to build that. No, like they built those fucking things and it took like people started working on them as kids and died before it was done.
Yeah.
It took that long. So like in my head, I was like, okay, it is kind of easy to think, okay, maybe they were that precise with like block setting and shit because they probably spent weeks, months maybe, setting one block, getting it where it needs to be, blah, 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 blah. But I still think it's too much of a fucking coincidence.
They had help.
Same with like the Mayan calendar.
The Mayan count, yeah. The one that ended in
The one
2012.
that ended? Yeah. How? How did they know how to create a calendar that was exactly what the Earth was traveling the sun at? And you know what I mean? Without being like, and to put a leap year in there, and I think there was a leap year in
I have no
Mayan
idea.
calendar. There's just so much shit.
The only thing I remember about the Mayan calendar is that
Everyone thought
it
we were going to
ended,
die.
Yeah, because it ended in 2012. So everybody's like, "Oh my god, that's when the world's gonna end."
That's what happened to the Mayans. It's going to happen to us.
Here we are, 11 years later.
There's been a few times that's kind of happened.
With with 2000.
Like 2000, everyone thought we were going to die.
Yeah.
Mayan calendar, everyone thought we were going to die. There was something else not that long ago. Can't remember what that was.
I don't remember.
We're still fucking kicking.
Yeah, maybe it was the Russia thing.
Like
everybody's gonna get nuked.
Yeah, nukes. Yeah.
Nukes gonna be flying left and right.
Yeah.
Still could happen, I guess.
Yeah.
So you know the Mandela effect, like the whole Berenstain Bears thing. Berenstain Bears. How everybody remembers it as like the Berenstain Bears, the EIN or whatever, but it's like AIN allegedly, or like the Mandela effect is named after Nelson Mandela, who they said like everybody thought he died in prison or whatever, and he never became president and all that shit, whatever. That's the Mandela effect. It's like something everybody, or like a shit ton of people remember being one way, but it was actually like
But it was
another way.
Okay.
So a lot of people are like, one of the theories is that the Mandela effect is like, it's basically like showing that the multiverse exists, you know, because, so I can't remember what it was called. Fuck, I should have wrote it down too, but it was like, it's like something in time happening or whatever. And there's like, what you remember is different because you got pulled to like a different multiverse or whatever, or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, because everything
like parallel universe
like
type shit.
Parallel, yeah, because like something happens. Let's say World War II happens in our universe, in another universe, or whatever, and then in our universe, you know, it happens like how it happened. But
Yeah.
then in the other one, like the Nazis won and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
and shit like that. And that's kind of like,
Do you think?
people say it's a trick of the mind, the Mandela effect, or whatever. But
Yeah.
but how? I mean, like,
There's a
it's kind of weird because it happens to a lot of like the same shit happens to a lot of people all over the world. Like, how can that be a trick of the mind for?
Do you think that, okay, so obviously if aliens are coming to our planet, they have some serious fuckingly advanced knowledge and know-how.
Yeah,
And they say that a lot of, like, if there are aliens, they're not fucking with us because they don't see us as a threat. And they aren't doing anything to us because we are so fucking subpar that we're not a threat to them. It's just,
ant farm
yeah. But do you think that they have the ability?
to wipe us out.
No. Do you think they're at that, like, a level where they can skip from like parallel universe, like one to the other, to like see how shit happens and how it,
Oh, I don't know.
dude.
know.
It's kind of like that thing that goes back to like, right? We living in the Earth and the planet that we're on, we can visualize things in 1D, 2D, and we see in 3D. But they say there's like 4D and probably 5D, and there's so many more dimensions to how things can be perceived, but we're not complex enough to understand that or see it in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That fucked me up too, watching a video about the guy was trying to explain. I can't remember the word for it. There's a word for like a fourth dimension, like cube. They're like, on paper, it's a square. 2D, it's a square with one side. 3D, it's a cube. 4D is a something gone or whatever. And they like did their best to try to show how it would be, but all they can do is explain it because we can't see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Just fucking start bleeding out your eyes and shit.
I was like, I literally was, I was watching the video and I was like, the first time I watched it, I was like, okay, all right, confused. One more time. Okay, still don't get it. Let me see if I can listen to it one more time. And by the time I watched the video like 6 times, I was drooling and I was trying to figure out what my name was.
I believe it.
Dude, it fucked my brain up so hard trying to like understand something that they say people can't understand.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Man,
Yeah.
it's pretty deep.
It is.
It's amazing to think that like Einstein and Galileo and like all these people, there's people that know more about space and mathematics of space that haven't been around for so long. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting here with all this technology and we're like, oh, still using their equations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because what was it? The equation for space and time that Einstein came up with, they said has proven to be 100%, or I shouldn't say 100%, has proven to be accurate in every single circumstance other than when it equates to a black hole. Mm. They said like a black hole destroys Einstein's theory of space and time relativity. And it's so weird. Have you seen the pictures of like how a black hole warps everything?
Yeah. It's like a
circle this way and a circle this way because they say all the light that is coming from all the sides gets deflected like up and over the black hole.
Yeah.
And that's what you see is like that weird light line that outlines the.
Yeah, well, we'll probably never know in our lifetime.
No.
Unfortunately, I wish we would.
It would be super fucking cool to get somebody on the podcast that can like dumb down the vastness of space. You know what I mean? Like talk about space in a way that we could understand it. Like, what's his name?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't know how to say his.
Yeah.
deGrasse Tyson.
Dude, did you know that he called out James Cameron?
Oh, did he?
He called out James Cameron for the movie The Titanic.
Why?
Because in the movie, the stars, the night sky, wasn't anatomically correct with that day and time. He's like, you could have called me. I could have told you what the stars looked like.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, and I don't know how much the movie made, but he was like, oh, so what you're saying is if I would have called you, we would have made more than $200 billion, whatever the movie grossed.
Yeah.
And he was like, touche.
But anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. So what do you guys think about this whole alien shit with the congressional meetings and
deep thinkers?
Everything. Do you think that they're watching us? Do you think there are aliens here or not?
They're watching us.
You definitely got to think
they're
there's
watching
aliens
you.
out there. Yeah.
They're what?
But hey,
I bet you've been probed before and you just don't know it.
Maybe. You never know. But that after they probed me, they warped me to a different parallel universe, so I didn't remember.
And you forgot all about it.
Yeah.
What if that's what they're doing? They're like picking people up and like
move them around.
And then also, like, I thought, what?
You wake up, you got a whole new family and shit.
They just can't do it too far because then like everything's weird.
Yeah.
But like,
it's part of their experiments and shit.
Dude, all right, I don't want to keep going too far, but they say like every decision you make creates another parallel universe. Mm. So like every time you make a decision, like you choose, like for lunch, right? We have the choice, Subway or McDonald's or whatever. And like this day, we decided to take McDonald's. We now take this fucking universe and we go that way. But there's a parallel universe
That's
where you
going to
chose
Subway.
the other way. And all these little decisions that you make and shit, like keep splitting everything. So there's like infinite amount of.
We'll never know. Never know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let us know what you think in the
All right,
comments,
guys.
whatever. Hey,
Sleep on
also, if you haven't already, subscribe. It's right down here. There's a little button, bottom right hand corner of your screen, right down in here.
This guy, right?
Or right down in here.
Right here.
Right
This
in
little guy. Click that guy. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Thanks. Awesome,
Anyway.
guys. We will see you on the next episode.
Yes, we do.
So,
Will. Love you guys.
yes, we do. Love you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. KLYB, bye. I'm chasing her butt cheeks up and down the corn. All these girls have cowboy boots and wear their Wrangler. Fuck me in the butthole. Take two. Chasing their butt cheeks up and down the corn. All these girls have cowboy boots and carry around their pitchforks. Chasing their butt cheeks up and down the corn. All these girls have real nice butts and wear those Wrangler jean shorts.
All right, dude.
Pull chocks.
Pull shots.